Hello guys, it's me Simu Urahara, and in this video I want to present you Kubo's most shocking answers regarding the Bleach story, which changed a lot of our perceptions about mini events. Of course, these answers, I hope Kubo delve in them in detail in the next anime season. So guys, let's start with one of the most shocking answers regarding Ichibi. In this question, Kubo was asked about the blackness that covered the words of the Osan Zangetsu, and does it have anything to do with Ichibi? I mean, did Ichibi use his Zampapakto to stop the Osan Zangetsu from speaking? Kubo answered yes, that was an act of Ichibi, and this was shocking because this scene from chapter I think 63, and we're talking about the beginning of the story. That's why it was amazing how Kubo had a perception about Yuabach as well about Ichibi's ability from the start. Some may say that is not possible and that it's difficult for Kubo to have imagined it this way from the beginning. But guys, there is nothing that can let Kubo lie about this, because there are questions in which he was asked about certain things and he didn't say that it was planned. A prime example of this is this question. This fan asked a question that I think is a wonderful theory about the possibility that the black color of Shihakusho is related to the ability of Ichibi, so that they can give them strength in case of emergency. Here Kubo could take advantage of this opportunity and say, oh yes, it was like that, but he answered with a simple answer about why the Shinigami were black Shihakusho. Some people should know also that the concept of Zero Squad was mentioned in chapter 48 when the Menos appeared for the first time. Sure, Kubo didn't have a full concept of all the members of the Zero Squad, but it seems that at least he had an idea of their leader, who is Ichibi, and his ability Ichimonji as well. And we move to the mysterious case of Rukia's power that was referred in one of the questions directed to Kubo. I have already talked about this in several videos. A fan raised an important issue about how Kubo writes the names of the Shinigami in a brush style, but when he arrived to Rukia, he wrote her own name in a different style. Kubo previously did this with Hirako and the rest of the Visor, which indicates that they possessed another power, and in their case it was the power of the Holo. So, based on this perception, what happened to Rukia? Does she have another power than the Shinigami power? Kubo answered a vague answer. He didn't deny the possibility of the existence of a power other than the Shinigami power, but he preferred not to answer what it might be. I don't know if this has anything to do with the upcoming chapters of the Hell arc, or if Kubo wants to answer it somewhere else. I recently made a video about what it might be Rukia's power. You can watch it if you want. And we move to Yachiro's identity. Kubo's answer about Yachiro's true identity cleared many of the mysteries about Zaraki's Zampapakto. So, through Kubo's answer, it turns out that Yachiro is actually part of Zaraki's Zampapakto, and this part manifested in the form of a little Yachiro, which is Zaraki's Bankai, while the main body is an adult woman, and it can be said it's his Shikai no Zarashi. I honestly wait for this to be explained in more detail in the anime. And it seems that Kubo from the beginning had a perception that Okitaki has something to do with the Soul King, and this fan was talking about this scene at the end of the Soul Society arc. Did Aizen mean by his words, even you? In other words, even you, O Okitaki, who carried within you the right hand of the Soul King? Kubo answered yes, that's what Aizen meant. And this answer was previously addressed in Can't Fear Your Own World, a novel. One of the things we wanted to see in the story was the identity of Jinja and Uru. A lot of theories circulated around them, although it seemed clear that at least they aren't ordinary humans. That's why this question was asked to Kubo about their identities, and he replied that they are artificial souls created by Urahara Kiski. I previously made a video about it, and I explained in detail Kubo's answer for anyone who wants to know more about that. and we move to one of the questions that formed a long debate between the fans, which is the issue of why Rocky did not recognize Isha as long as they were in the same time period in the Gotei 13. She was in the 13th division and he was the captain of the 10th division. Kubo said this. I previously made a video in which I explained Kubo's words in detail, but personally the thing that excited me the most about the answer is the presence of Urahara Kisuke and how he is the only one out of all capable of making a special Giga that can enable the Shinigami to have a sexual relationship with another race of souls. As I said before, this makes Urahara Kisuke the direct cause of Ichigo's birth. And I conclude this video with one of Kubo's shocking answers that changed our perception of the Zampapakto in general, and it's about Ichigo's dual Zampapakto in his Bankai. This fan was wondering about the fate of Ichigo's dual Zampapakto. Where is it? Kubo replied that Ichigo's dual Zampapakto is a correction of Ichigo's Zampapakto, because in order for a Zampapakto to be in a correct position, it must consist of sheath and sword, and this is the case for all Zampapakto, so that there are only two swords that don't apply to this rule, and they are Saifushi and Zangetsu, and thus the new shape of Ichigo's Zampapakto corrects this by making one the blade and other the sheath. Whereas in the case of Bankai, the two swords are fused together so that one of them becomes a sheath for the Zampapakto in the Bankai mode. And what appeared on this page is the real Zangetsu. The most important thing in the whole issue is that, as Kubo said, Ichigo is able to return the Zampapakto to the dual situation if he wants. But I hope Kubo explained this in the anime. He said that he doesn't want to explain it more, but we want an explanation in the anime, because this is very important topic. The whole battle of Ichigo and Yhwach need to be fixed, so I don't think the decision not to delve more in how the Bankai of Ichigo works a good idea. We need a full explanation of this Bankai, so please Kubo, don't let the chance get out of your hands. So guys, tell me what the answer that excited you the most, and do you have other questions you want Kubo to answer them? Tell me in the comments. For me personally, the answer of Ichibi is what shocked me the most. I have never expected that Kubo was foreshadowing for Ichibi this far, but in fact he did that with many things. He hinted about Yachiro Onohana from the start of the story, also the truth of Yachiro being Zampapakto of Zaraki in this scene. And as I said, the important thing is to see this answer through the anime, because there where we can have a good explanation. These answers in the end are just short explanations, and you have to keep in mind this answer without an official translation. So guys, this is my end of my video, and see you in my next video.